calling us to order for our regularly scheduled SCISTA meeting for today. This meeting is subject to the Open Meetings Act, so it will be made available to the public via the media advisory that was sent out yesterday or the day before. And we're also streaming live on YouTube. The meeting agenda, as well as all the attachments that we'll talk about today, were also sent out this week. So I'll go ahead and call roll. I'm the Auditor of Public Accounts designee, Sean Kraus. Officer of Education Accountability designee, Sabrina Cummings. Here. Office of the Attorney General designee, Stacy Woodrum. Commissioner of Education designee, Marshall Smith.
Here.
Office of the Governor designee, John Hicks. The chair determines that a quorum is present, so we will proceed with our meeting. From the APA, we have Alex Evans and Jimmy Salzman, who will be recording notes for us. And then we also have Joy Markland running all of the tech side. Marshall, do you want to introduce you guys?
Yeah, we have Kelly Young from KD.
The minutes for our previous meeting were circulated, so unless there's any discussion point or edits that need to be changed, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Minutes are approved. We'll move on to old business. Doesn't look like we have anything there. So new business, first thing on the agenda is the fiscal year 2024 audit consideration report. And I'll go ahead and pass the baton to Marshall to lead us through that.
All right. That's the spreadsheet that I give every year or every meeting. We did get an update from Mr. Shad Allen. His peer review had expired at the end of May. Of course, it takes some time for the peer review to get the actual document to get through the peer review alliance. But he provided us the document from his peer. That should be attached as well. They got a rating of pass, and that document is given to the peer review alliance for them to review and accept. And once they accept it, they'll issue a new peer review expiration date that we'll go off of. And so we'll continue to follow up with them and see when that happens. The next one I have noted for an update is Drain and Company. Their last peer review had some corrective actions due to it. I believe they had until the end of September to get that done. We went ahead and reached out to them just to check if there was an update. There were not. They were still anticipating getting that done by the end of this month, but it's not done now. So we just want to let you guys know that, and we'll continue to follow up and check on it.
Can we scroll down a little bit so I can see what, okay.
If you go over to tab fiscal year 23 APA desk reviews, it's the next yellow one. That's a listing of all the desk reviews, not only 23 audit reports. If you go down to the bottom, we have some totals. You'll see on there that we had 29 that were technically deficient, meaning they have to be corrected and resubmitted. 88 were acceptable with deficiencies, meaning that they found some issues on them, but it wasn't bad enough that they need to be corrected and reissued. And 54 were acceptable, meaning that there were no issues found during the desk review. The number of TDs went down, which is obviously a good thing. I would account that to no new GASB standards or anything like that would add some difficulties. We did see an increase in acceptable deficiency. if I had to attribute that to something, I would say that, a number of the firms have indicated they had trouble getting staff. And so you had managers stepping down to staff level work and then partners stepping down to managerial work. And I think that probably led to an increased number of deficiencies on the reports. But again, that's speculative on my part.
So what classifies, can you give a couple of examples of what's acceptable with deficiencies? Or what you
Yes,
saw the most this year?
I didn't have a chance to go through them each one individually, but mostly what that is, they will have an amount on this page that says it's $22, and on this page it'll say $21. And so, yeah, it's different. You know, if you say something is one thing here, it should be the same here, but it's $1 or $2. It's not big enough to cause you to go through and redo and reissue the report.
Is there like a threshold of like 10%? If it's above 10%, it moves into the technical, or how does that work?
We don't have anything black and white. It's usually done on a case by case basis because it depends on every time you set something in stone, there ends up being a situation that makes that look unreasonable. So it's usually done on a case by case basis.
Yeah, the auditors will generally approach it, just like each school is independent, or the CPA firm is just like an independent case. And there is a materiality. It's just like they come up with that materiality. It's not a bright line that's applicable to everybody. It's based on receipts that are taken in, how big the office size is, those sort of things. So some of those deficiencies could even be like control deficiencies. Someone didn't sign off on something that they were supposed to. It's not enough to like wave the red flag, but it's enough of an issue that we should probably mention it. So like, on our side of the house, we call those control deficiencies. They're things that are controllable, things that you can't fix and should be fixed. They're just not big enough to warrant an actual finding.
Since they went up so much, is
Mhm.
it possible that next year we should have a couple new audit finding things at the top? You know, how we always say, hey, make sure you look for this and this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should add a couple things that seem to be common
Mhm.
errors that they can look at so that we can get those down.
Yeah, we can absolutely do that.
That's a good idea.
If you go to the next yellow tab, fiscal year 23 districts TD corrections. As I mentioned, technically deficient audits are required to be corrected and reissued. This is a listing of those that we've been getting in. Of course, right after I said this to you guys, we got a few in. Right now, there is only one county that has not got us corrected audit. That is Greene County. And I asked for an update on that just a minute ago. We're still waiting on Greene County. It was Wise, Bugner, and Sproles' audit. And it should have been to us at the end of last week. So we're following up with them to see where they're at. Kim told me they had a technical issue. It sounded like they had the report saved. Something happened where they may have either lost a file, lost the changes. So working to get that corrected, but we'll continue to follow up with them and make sure that we get that in posted. The only other thing I would add is I would like to brag on the APA a little bit. Your team does a great job. We don't have time to sit and go through the GASBs and auditing standards, that sort of thing. Everyone we work with does a great job of helping us go through that and help us understand and work with the auditors. So we really appreciate that.
Thank you.
That was all we had on the spreadsheet to present.
Don't see anything we really need to vote on. Am I missing that?
No, we
think so.
Okay.
just information.
And the last time we gave provisional rights for that one contract with Hancock, We also did for the 2 peer reviews, so I know those 2 are still somewhat outstanding with
Yes.
Chad and Brennan, so
Yes,
to the extent those come in within the next month or so, you know, Katie has the provisional rights to just go ahead and approve those and we're good to go there, so. Good deal. It sounds like everyone's moving in the right direction, we just got a few stragglers, so. And we already did the peer review report, so that's all of our new business, unless anyone has anything else they'd like to throw in that category. If not, we'll move to miscellaneous, which does not look like we have anything to discuss there either, so. Future dates for our meetings. I quickly did this, added like the via Zoom or via APA based on the conversation we had back in maybe our second meeting in March. I do believe we decided that the June and September meetings were gonna be in person, the other ones would all be via, I guess, YouTube, not Zoom. So there's an error on the agenda. And so our next one will be October 17th via, I guess we would all join Zoom and you would stream it.
Probably
to YouTube.
Teams.
Yeah,
If you guys
Teams.
have the functionality,
Sure.
just do Teams and then I'll live stream on YouTube for
Sure.
the view.
So be on the lookout for those invites coming through from Alex Evans. Our next several meetings will be virtually and then yeah, I don't think there's anything else to add there. We'll stick with this 9 a.m. time if that's okay with everyone. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to add? Awesome. If no one has anything, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
Alrighty, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you all.